Hello, this is Happy, the Crafty Chemist. In this video, I'll be showing you the pages that I finished in coloring books in the month of April. My first page to show is from A Million Cute Animals, which I just realized I left out of my video for the color page 23 by the 23rd for May. So I'll add this one in there as well. So I colored this bunny page. I tried to do a rainbow around the outside. I actually started over here and this one around this way and did it while I was watching TV. And my bunnies are all gray colors. It seemed like this one was a really popular one to color in April. I didn't do it with anybody else, but it was a popular one. I also colored 2 pages in Tales from the Witch's Cottage. And because I had colored this with Graphitint pencils and it had gone through, a couple months ago I colored this one and this one, and then I had purple go through this page. So I decided to make this page very purple toned, and the entire thing was colored in purple first with Caran d'Ache Neocolor 2s and there's some Graphitint in here, and there may even be some Inktense in here. I can't remember for sure, but there's also some glittery watercolors in here, and then colored pencils, obviously. And it's not showing up quite as purple on the camera as it shows up in real life, because even this is a light color of purple. And since I had it open, I also colored the page next to it with this flower, and I covered the background in shimmery watercolor, and so it's very shimmery, and then there's a lot of gold on the page in the frame. And I was very careful this time, but this was probably still going to be the next one I color, and it did come through even on this with the Neocolors and some shimmery watercolor. The Neocolors are actually what came through here, so I need to be very careful in this book with using water-based medium. For my birthday, my parents gave me this Gnome Sweet Gnome book, and I colored 1 page in it. I colored this rainbow one with the gnomes under the umbrella. I used Inktense on it, and Neocolor 2, and Castle Art soft, whatever they're called, pencils. I colored my first page in Worlds Within Worlds, and it is this flower page with the circus in it. And I wanted to try to make this one look very like some of those, I don't know, dreamy type of photos where it's kind of that blue wash over everything. I did do the background with Neocolor 2s. I did a blue color and a peachy color, and I also used some of these gel highlighters for coloring the flower, and then I colored everything else with colored pencils, and actually I based this with some light blue gel highlighter as well. So I actually really like how it turned out, and I think I did a pretty good job. It was totally a bunch of new things to try, and that's kind of just how I like to do things, try as many new things as I can. So speaking of new things, in Circle of Life, I colored this turtle page, and this is completely covered in watercolor ground, and then that prevented anything from bleeding through the page at all, and I used all kinds of different things on it after that. Lots of water-based things, and there's some glitter paint on there, some silver glitter paint, and some greens, and some red, and I just tried to have a lot of fun with it after that. This page next to it, which I haven't colored yet, is also covered in watercolor ground, so I will probably be using other things with that as well, because I liked how that turned out. The first one I finished for the month was in Mythographic Wild Winter, and it is this bee page. And I finished it on the 1st of April. And I have used Ohuhu alcohol markers, so you can see that it came through there. But it was, actually I found I don't mind using Ohuhu alcohol markers on mythographic pages because they're one-sided anyway, and I didn't really care about the hidden objects. In fact, most of the time I try to cover up as many of the hidden objects as I can in some way, unless I can incorporate them. So some of the things kind of make sense. Like I think this is a thing for blowing smoke at bees. And, there's a honey pot there and a beehive. So in this one, a lot of the hidden objects actually made sense. So I may not have covered them all up. But over the top of it, I used colored pencils, and I honestly don't remember which ones I used. I kind of tend to mix a lot of different things in with it. And I may have used some Inktense over the top of it as well, because it looks like what I did on the bees. There's some silver gel pen on the snowflake crystals, and I did use some Castle Art metallic pencils for some of these gems in here. I really like how this one turned out. I colored 2 pages in Mythographic Wanderlust. First, I did this Lynx page. Obviously, this is in Russia. And the balloons, I believe, they colored the balloons only with pastel colored Ohuhus. And then I used some paint on the dragonfly wings, and I can't really tell if that's showing up. It's like an iridescent paint. It's a little bit hard to see with the ring light going, but I used like Graphitints on a lot of different parts of it, and whatever colored pencils I had out. I kind of just want to use them. I think that this actually might have been the Brutfuner squares. So I really enjoyed this one. You can see I did cover some things and it didn't cover others. So like there's a spigot here, but there's a thimble there, and I didn't cover that one. So you can barely tell the spigot is there. Plus some of the things on the castle, like this Russian castle, I kind of incorporated in, like there's an ice cream cone there. So now I tried a new thing on this dragon page, and I used some of the Board and Brush titanium white colored pencil. Let's see if I can find it. Yeah, I used this one here, colored pencil texture and colored pencil titanium white, and covered anything I didn't like. And so there was actually some sort of rundown building here. I did not like it. I covered almost everything of it. Plus I covered all but this pen here of the hidden objects. And then I colored over it with Ohuhu alcohol markers over the entire surface, except for the swirlies that are around the dragon. And I then used Prismacolor pencils and gel pens and some metallic pencils to like kind of create a shimmer, not like a shimmer, but a more of a statue type texture on the dragon. And I used some Graphitint as well, I believe, in here. I do not like how it turned out on the sky, and it might not have been as visible if I'd have chosen a different color for the sky, but even coloring over it with the pencils did not hide the touch-up texture in here. So, I mean, maybe if I put some more on it, that's the thing I haven't tried yet, so I may try a few other things with this to see if I can get it done. But I included this in here even though I did finish it a couple of days ago, because I did work on this for a good portion of April, and it's done before I made this finished video for April. See if you can see. Yeah, you can see the iridescent paint that I put onto this world there. Then I had 2 pages in Joanna Basford books. They were part of the color page 23 by the 23rd thing, so they've been in the other video already. There's this 2-page here, and as I mentioned here, this has also had some problems with bleeding through, but I honestly don't know that I would color this page anyway. If I do, maybe I'll cover some of it up. This one I do really like, but honestly, some of this has too much detail for me in this book, and I don't know if I will actually color all of it or not. So it doesn't hurt my feelings if the page behind it got ruined. And then this was the other one that was color page 23. I only have these 2 Joanna Basford books. One of them I think I bought Worlds of Wonder, and Rooms of Wonder was like a Christmas present or something. I hate to say this, but I probably won't buy any more Joanna Basford books. They're just not my favorite, and I kind of forced myself to color in them, and so I probably will use them as practice. Honestly, just try out different things in the book and not worry about if I get it messed up. It seems like they're everywhere, so I'm not too worried about if I will ever have a finished pretty copy of those books. This was actually in this book, the flower page was the first one I colored. I started another one in here. I actually do enjoy Kirby pictures, but I don't think I like the Alien Worlds one, so I don't think I'll be doing anything with that. But these are the pages that I colored for April of 2023, and thank you so much for watching my video. Happy coloring!